He's known all over the world for his talent on the football field, a rising star, a name that echoes in stadiums from Brazil to London. But what if we told you that behind the spotlight, behind the roaring fans and the flashing cameras, there's a side of Richarlison you've never seen, a side that very few truly know. From a humble beginning filled with struggle and sacrifice to a life surrounded by luxury, speed and success, this young Brazilian striker has come a long way. But how exactly does someone go from selling popsicles on the street to driving luxury cars, living in million-dollar homes, and playing for one of the most iconic football clubs in the world? What does his life really look like when the cameras are off and the match is over? In this video, you're going to discover the luxurious lifestyle of Richarlison, how he lives, what he owns, and the road he took to get here. But before we dive into the world of fame and fortune, I have a quick challenge for you. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications, all in less than 5 seconds. Think you can do it? If you succeed, type the rhyme in the comments, and we'll give your comment a heart. Now let's uncover the untold story behind the life of Richarlison. It's truly incredible how life can change. And Richarlison is living proof of that. Just imagine, in 2017, after making a name for himself in Brazil, this young striker caught the attention of European scouts and signed with the English club Watford. The transfer deal, negotiated by Fluminense, reached a staggering $12.5 million. That's around 46 million reais at the time, but that was just the beginning of a meteoric rise. In 2018, Richarlison took another huge step in his career, joining Everton Football Club, based in the historic city of Liverpool. This time, the deal was even bigger. 5 seasons for the equivalent of over 282 million reais. It was clear this wasn't just a promising player, this was a star in the making. That same year, he proudly wore the yellow and green jersey of Brazil's national team for the very first time, and what a journey it's been since then. He helped Brazil conquer the Copa America in 2019, took them to the finals in 2021, and became the top scorer at the Tokyo 2020 Summer Olympics, helping the team bring home the gold medal. Not bad for a guy who just a few years earlier was fighting for his place in the spotlight. But it was in 2022 that Richarlison made yet another bold move, this time joining the prestigious Tottenham Hotspur. Still young but already a fan favourite, the Pigeon, as he's affectionately known, quickly captured the hearts of fans with his dedication, skill and, well, his unforgettable goal celebrations. Speaking of that nickname, do you know where it came from? It all started in 2018 as a joke between friends. Richarlison danced to the Brazilian funk track Dança do Pombo by MC Faísca and Os Perseguidores, and the moment went viral. Since then, every time he scores, fans around the world wait for that iconic celebration. It's fun, it's full of personality, and it's 100% Richarlison. Of course, with fame comes fortune, and Richarlison has never been shy about enjoying the fruits of his hard work. After moving to England in 2017, he made sure to invest in a luxurious new home. While the exact location hasn't been publicly revealed, it's believed his mansion is nestled within one of London's high-end gated communities. In fact, he's mentioned more than once that he sometimes needs a ride to get all the way to Tottenham's training grounds, which are located in the northern part of the city. His mansion is said to be nothing short of stunning. The entrance alone features a massive wooden door that opens into a grand staircase. Inside, you'll find a modern and elegant suite in tones of grey, filled with top-of-the-line furniture, a spacious walk-in closet, and a private balcony with a jacuzzi that screams comfort and style. There are even reports of another property owned by Richarlison in London, this one with a more contemporary architectural style, featuring a huge kitchen, expansive living areas, and a pool where he's been seen laughing and relaxing with friends. If these homes do in fact belong to him, they weren't cheap. A mansion in London can easily cost between 37 and 216 million reais, depending on the neighbourhood and design. And what's a mansion without a few luxury cars in the driveway? Richarlison, being a young man living his dream, is clearly passionate about high-end vehicles. He was even spotted at a Nike event posing next to a jaw-dropping McLaren Speedtail, a car that can go over 400 km/h and is valued at around 40.5 million reais. That's not just a car, that's a statement. From humble beginnings to breathtaking heights, Richarlison's story is nothing short of inspiring. He's not just a footballer, he's a symbol of what can happen when talent, opportunity and determination collide. But now, let me ask you, what part of Richarlison's journey surprised you the most? Was it the transfer deals, the Olympic goals, the luxury lifestyle, or the unforgettable pigeon dance? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll be reading them all. And if you made it this far, write back "respect the pigeon" so we know you're part of the squad. Believe it or not, even with all the fame and fortune, there are still parts of Richarlison's life that will genuinely surprise you. While he's often seen cruising around in luxury, including being spotted with a sleek Range Rover Evoque during one of his recent vacations back to Brazil, a car that starts at over $380,000, there's one thing that sets him apart from many other stars. He still doesn't have a driver's license. Yes, you heard that right. Since 2017, Richarlison has been trying to pass his driving tests, both the written and practical exams, but with no luck so far. He's failed more than once, and while some might feel embarrassed or discouraged, not him. It's almost endearing how he laughs about it and keeps trying, proving that even international footballers have everyday struggles. Until he gets his license, he's been relying on public transportation in London or catching rides with friends to make it to training at the Tottenham facilities. In a way, it's oddly comforting, a reminder that even global icons are human too. And yet, when it comes to enjoying the rewards of his hard work, Richarlison doesn't hold back. Coming from a modest background, he deeply understands the value of every achievement, and he knows how to enjoy the luxuries life now offers him. Just peek into his closet, and you'll find it lined with high-end pieces, including at least 2 pairs of Gucci sneakers, each worth upwards of $4,600. When he touched down in Qatar for the 2022 World Cup, all eyes were on him, and not just because of his performance. His arrival made headlines thanks to 2 dazzling chains he wore, which he later revealed were valued at $150,000 and $50,000 respectively. Add to that a Louis Vuitton suitcase, estimated at nearly $20,000, and it's clear Richarlison knows how to make an entrance. But here's the thing that truly makes him stand out. It's not just the luxury, the goals, or the viral celebrations. It's his heart. Beyond the spotlight, Richarlison consistently uses his platform to speak out about real-world issues that matter. During the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, he was a strong advocate for vaccination, encouraging fans to protect themselves and others. When he was the target of racist abuse during a friendly match between Brazil and Tunisia, he didn't stay silent. He called for serious action and accountability. He's spoken out about the murder of George Floyd, stood up for his national teammate Vinicius Jr. when he faced racist attacks, and continues to be a vocal presence in the fight against discrimination. But his care doesn't stop there. Environmental causes are also close to his heart. In 2020, when massive fires devastated over 30% of Brazil's Pantanal region, Richarlison demanded more effective action from authorities. And in 2022, he went a step further, financially supporting the treatment and protection of a jaguar named Acerola through the NGO On Safari, showing that his commitment to wildlife conservation is more than just words. Back home in Brazil, he owns a house in Barretos, a small but meaningful place located near a cancer treatment hospital. That home isn't just real estate, it's symbolic. It's a reminder of where he comes from and the quiet, powerful way he continues to give back. So, next time you see Richarlison celebrating a goal with his now famous pigeon dance, remember, there's much more behind that smile. A story of resilience, a journey through challenges, and a heart that's as big as his talent on the pitch. Now tell me, What surprised you most about Richarlison's life? Was it the driver's license story, the luxury, or his activism? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you've read all the way to the end, type "Me Team Richarlison," so we know you're part of this story too. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear the Brazilian national jersey and dance like a pigeon after scoring. But what many people don't know is that behind the fame, behind the celebration, behind the millions, there's a side of Richarlison that rarely makes the headlines, and it's one of the most powerful parts of his story. In the city of Barretos, Brazil, Richarlison owns a house that's not just a home, it's a haven. This special residence is dedicated to receiving cancer patients who can't afford accommodation while undergoing treatment in the area. There, they're given food, care, and a safe place to rest, all completely free of charge. The exact amount Richarlison donates to maintain this place hasn't been disclosed publicly, but it's widely known that around 10% of his salary is committed to supporting this project. It's more than just charity. It's a quiet, consistent act of love for people who need it most. After Brazil's impressive debut in the Qatar World Cup, stories like this began to resurface on social media, with fans sharing moments when Richarlison showed just how big his heart really is. One post in particular went viral, a screenshot of a private message exchange between him and a young woman trying to raise money for her father's surgery. Without hesitation, Richarlison sent her a signed jersey to help her with the cause. No cameras, no press, just kindness. And that's Richarlison, not just a top scorer, but a man who uses his platform for something bigger. His charisma is another story. Funny, down-to-earth, and effortlessly charming, Richarlison has captured the hearts of millions, on and off the pitch. He's the kind of guy who cracks jokes during interviews, laughs with fans, and never seems too far from his roots. Unsurprisingly, he's had quite a few admirers over the years. The last public relationship he had was with 21-year-old model and digital influencer Sandry Oliveira, known for her appearance on Netflix's reality show Too Hot to Handle Brazil. With over 100,000 followers on Instagram, Sandry brought some spotlight to their short-lived romance, which reportedly ended just before the 2022 World Cup. According to Richarlison, the pressure to make the relationship public was too much, and despite trying to make it work, he felt it was best to walk away. Interestingly, even after the breakup, Sandry was seen supporting Brazil and him during the games in Qatar. And Richarlison, he seemed to handle it all with maturity. In interviews, he even joked that he'd be open to dating pop star Anitta, if she was interested, but quickly added that at that moment his heart belonged to one thing only: the World Cup. Priorities, right? Off the field, he's not just an athlete anymore, he's a brand. At just 25 years old, Richarlison has become a favorite among top companies, starring in massive ad campaigns for names like Calvin Klein, Nike, Clear, and JD Sports. His boyish charm and international presence have made him one of the most sought-after faces in advertising. In 2018, he even signed with International Digital Group, which launched a collection of NFTs featuring his image. His Instagram alone boasts over 14 million followers, a number that only adds to his value as a marketing powerhouse. And then, of course, there's the money. Let's talk numbers. Today, according to British newspaper The Sun, Richarlison earns a jaw-dropping salary of around $840,000 per week, playing for Tottenham Hotspur. That adds up to over $3.5 million per month. Not bad for someone who, during his first professional contract with America MG, made just $800 per month. Add to that the income from sponsorships and advertising deals, and it's safe to say Richarlison has built a fortune, one that only continues to grow as his star rises. But the most impressive part of all this, he hasn't let it change who he is. He still speaks out about causes that matter, he still lifts up people who are struggling, and he still carries that same joyful energy that made the world fall in love with him in the first place. So after hearing all of this, From charity homes and failed driving tests to love stories, global campaigns, and millionaire contracts, what part of Richarlison's story impacted you the most? His generosity, his resilience, or maybe just the fact that no matter how high he climbs, he still dances like nobody's watching? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And hey, if you made it this far, type "Richarlison is real" so we know you're part of the squad. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss a story like this one. Here, your curiosity turns into inspiration.